my guy. Alright, y'all, so I think it's time that I chime in on the whole situation that's going on with the Native Americans and Mexicans being deported. So what I'm going to tell y'all is might going to be shocking. I hope it's not, but, a lot of people like to say that the stuff I be talking about be lies until, it come out, and then y'all be like, oh, you were telling the truth the whole time. Yeah, y'all love to do that. But, so, it's about time y'all know the truth. And y'all already know. I'm going to give it to you. See, if y'all actually go do y'all research and study deep into those history books, you will realize there was Afro-Indigenous people on this American land. And after a while, there was a people called Siberians. You can go look them up right now. They're Euro-Asians. They crossed over the Bering Bridge. You can go look that up. They came over and they was greeted and welcomed by an Afro race, a black race. This black race greeted and welcomed them, and they also allowed them to live amongst them. And they lived in peace together. Some of them even started having children. That black race that was here on the American soil, they allowed these Siberian Asians to come over. They greeted, welcomed them, and let them in with open arms. They was living at peace. But then, down the line, that's when the Spaniards came over. Christopher Columbus, all them, he was Spaniard. All right, now stay with me, because you know how they teach y'all in school that Christopher Columbus, the one that was here first? Mind you, at this very moment, I'm telling y'all, it's just the Afro-Indigenous people that was there first, and then they greeted the Siberian Asians over there. So now the Spaniards finna come, Christopher Columbus. These Siberian Asian people that the Afro-Indigenous people allowed to come over there and welcome them with peace and open arms, tell me why they decided to gang up with the Spaniards and to enslave the Afro-Indigenous people that allowed them to be on this land. So basically, the Siberian and the Spaniards betrayed the people who welcomed them even on this land. Those Siberian Asians and them Spaniards betrayed those black people that was here already on this land. And they began to enslave them. So these Siberian Asians and these Spaniards started having kids and basically conjoined together. They became one. So now these Siberian Asians and Spaniards is having kids together. The Spaniards started enslaving these Afro-Indigenous people that was here, and the Siberian Asians helped them. And some of those Siberian Asians even became bounty hunters for the Spaniards whenever their slave ended up getting loose or trying to run away. So some of these Siberian Asians became bounty hunters for the Spaniards for when their slave escaped. And that's where you get the scalping of the head from. Now, I know y'all heard of the scalping of the head, bruh. I know y'all heard of it. See, the Spaniards was telling the Siberian Asians to go hunt them once they escaped. If you can bring them back alive, then do that. But if you couldn't, if you killed that slave, you had to bring a Spaniard back something of that slave to show that you did what you supposed to have done. So they would cut off the scalp every time they caught one of the slaves escaping and bring their scalp back to the Spaniard to show them that they caught the slave. And that's when the Siberian Asians was betrayed by the same people they helped. So that same knife that the Siberian Asians used to stab those Afro-Indigenous people of this land in the back with, those Spaniards took it right out of their back and stabbed those Siberian Asians in the back. And that's where you get the Trail of Tears. That's when you get the Trail of Tears. Let's put the truth out there for real. Let's put the truth out there for real. And that's where you get the Trail of Tears. Basically telling those Indians that they couldn't stay on the land as well. And even with that, they was still given a deal. Basically, we'll give y'all your own reservations. Y'all still get some land out of it. Because at the end of the day, y'all helped us take over this land. So we're going to give y'all a deal also. We'll give y'all reservations, reparations. We'll make sure y'all straight. But this our land. That's how the Europeans did them Indians after they stabbed those Afro-Indigenous people in the back. And when I say Indians, Native Indians, because that was part of the deal. That's what y'all gonna be called. We still gonna give y'all reparations, y'all reservations, and we gonna give y'all the name of Native Indians. We gonna make sure y'all straight, but we want y'all to know that this our land now. So now those European Spaniards took over the whole thing now. And that's why Christopher Columbus saying he discovered America. You see where I'm going? Now the Afro-Indigenous people got stabbed in the back. Them Siberian Asians were stabbed in the back, given the name Native Indians. And now the Europeans taking over. And now their history is that, hey, they found this land. And there was a great deal given. They got their own reservations. They got reparations they getting. All this different money. Shoot. They the ones that mainly own all the casinos. The Native Indians. Siberian Asians, mixed with some European Spaniard, probably some other Afro-Indigenous people. And not only that, even when they gave them that deal, they even gave them the deal for them to take even some of the slaves and take them on their land. So they even allowed them to have their own slaves. So some of the black people, some of the Afro-Indigenous people was over there on their reservations. They had slaves. The Native Indians. So this trail of tears, it probably was them crying. Because they was betrayed by the people that they was helping to betray the Afro-Indigenous people here. So yeah, they was crying because they were betrayed. They thought that this was going to be their land together. And you want to know what the craziest part is? That even when the Civil War and all that started happening and the slaves was told that they could be free now, do y'all know that these Native Indians was the last people to let go of their slaves, the Siberian Asians, that's the Native Indians. They was the last people to let go of their slaves. They was the main ones that didn't want to give it up when they was told to give their slaves up. Like, a lot of the soldiers had to go over there and make them give up their slaves. Our people are really native of this land.